What's up, Rob? I really enjoyed the last video. You kind of going off the ending of my video, and I really appreciate a lot of the insights of what you said, especially quoting James. I think it's always important that we go to God and to the Bible for our answers when we talk about those things, and I completely agree with your response to it and the way that James describes how we should look towards the future. Um, Today, for the topic, I was thinking about kind of like a question for you. I find that like Nami and I have been really enjoying our time together, being able to like finally live together. And I mean, geez, it's been 7 months since we've been able to like live together. Not we've been married longer than that, but it's been fun being able to experience married life, being able to live together, but also as of now, it just being the two of us. And but the segue being that we talk a lot about wanting to have kids and how many, and sometimes we'll talk about names and whatever, just kind of fun conversations. But I noticed that a lot of times we end up talking about various things like we talk about like how we hypothetical situations of how we think we'd react, or things that we think will be important that we want to instill. And I think a simple answer would be like Christian values and things like that. But I want to ask you of, because obviously I know that you instill Christian values in Ollie, so that's the only reason I'm going to say that. If you want to talk about that, obviously feel free. But I'm taking that kind of as a given because I've already seen it from your end. Aside from that, what sort of, like, did you and Carly have those experiences? And if so, how did that translate after you being a father? Like, your expectations before you went in to being a father of like, hey, like, this is important to me. This is something I want to instill with my child, or like, this is something that how I think I want to react, or these are things that I do or don't want to do, kind of thing. Like, did y'all have those thoughts or conversations beforehand? And then, if so, how did that match up to reality, if you will? Like, did you feel like, do you feel like parenting is more on the fly? Like, oh wow, like, okay, this just came out of nowhere. Like, we got to react. Time to go, dad mode. Or is it like, do you feel like you've thought about certain things enough? And yeah, so I guess just kind of excited to hear what your thoughts are. I think it's going back to the Christian values aspects. I think it's beautiful every time that y'all, before they go down for a nap or go down to sleep, there's prayer, there's doxology, lots of tradition and sentiment there, and beauty of showing the love of Christ, and that being demonstrated between y'all two, that I think is wonderful. So it's always fun to see how y'all do as parenting, as well as to just everyone around us, to see how different people parent, because I feel like you learn a lot from other people. So yeah, I guess not much talking about my end, but a topic that I'm interested in and excited for the future whenever that day comes. I'm not gonna spend my time wishing about that right now, because I enjoy what I got, and whenever that happens, it'll happen. But curious what your thoughts are on that. Love you all.